All right. Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? Yo, what's good? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Bet. Yeah, what's good, man? That's what's up. That's what's up. We locked in. Let's get activated. I'm activated. I don't even remember what I did. What up, Logic? What's good with you, family? Mm-hmm. Fan of Bad Bunny? No. Are you trying to get blocked or muted? Which one you want to get, Chris? You let me know. You tell me. And why can't you? Because you're probably a dumbass. Boss. Hey man, it's only a certain type of people I'm talking about. You know I ain't talking about everybody. I mess with y'all the long way, man. Okay. I'm good. I'm good. Yo, what's up, man? So shout out to everybody on the YouTubes, everybody on the Tiki Taks. I finally linked it up. Look, if you go check it out on YouTube, it look just like how it does on TikTok now. We got the sound quality. We got everything. We got it all. Shout out to my wife. She done finagled some stuff. And yeah, so we here now. Definitely join if you got something to say. If you in the comments and you tapping, but you scared to come up and say it with your chest, no, you gonna get muted or you gonna get blocked. It depends on which one it is. However I'm feeling today. I haven't went live in a minute, so maybe today I'll let y'all live a little bit. I won't be on y'all head so much. You know what I'm saying? But blackout, black screen, whatever your S4, whatever your name is, what does that have to do with being able to criticize someone? I don't know. I'm gonna invite you up. You can ask me the question. I'm gonna mute you for the live. Um, you can come up and get unmuted if you would like. Women should criticize men and vice versa. Mr. Dolph, if you would like to come up, you got something to say. You don't have anything to say, you get muted. I see you not allowing people to invite you up. Go ahead. What's your name, man? Sunni or something? I'm sorry.
Yeah, my name's Sunni.
Sunni, okay. So go ahead, brother. You can ask your question now.
And what does that have to do with, you called me, you said that you would be a dumbass. I don't understand what does that have to do with
No, I was saying maybe more than likely you're a dumbass, but I wasn't necessarily saying about you. I was just saying like anybody that would think that they could criticize, any man that thinks that they can criticize women and from the, I don't mean like interpersonally. You could criticize your mom, you know what I'm saying? You can criticize a woman, but I mean like men as a group having criticisms of women as a group, we don't have anything. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking interpersonally. I don't really care for the group aspect.
Yeah. I don't. You can say if some woman does you wrong in your life, of course, right? You can say whatever you want to say to her. That's fine. But no, as a group, men don't have anything. There's no criticisms that men can levy against women as a group.
And that's fine. That's all I wanted to clear up then. All right, see
Man. All right, man. Mr. Dolph, hold on. Let me make sure you get unmuted. Mr. Dolph, go ahead, man.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good.
I think men can criticize groups of women just the same way women can do the same.
Why?
Mainly because a lot of women have to deal with men's mental health in their own interpersonal, and they have been able to group us as being people who don't really go to therapy.
Wait. Start over. I don't know what you're trying to say. I don't know what you mean.
What do you saying mean the same way that women should group us together as a group that doesn't go to therapy as much. We should be able to group women together for things that they don't do.
Yeah, try to do that.
Try to do that to women.
Yeah, do that right now as an exercise. Since you think that we should be able to do it in theory, it sounds good, but let's actually try to apply it.
Okay. The only reason I was able to come up with that was because I just left a chat, and the woman made that point, and it was a good point. So to come up with that off the top of my head, something that women don't do as a group.
It's not that women don't do, but just what criticisms do you have of women as a group that you can apply to most women and say, like, hey, this is a negative thing and it harms men?
I don't know. I'm bad at coming up with stuff on the spot like this. I get kind of nervous.
Don't get nervous. I'm really trying to understand. Like maybe I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe I'm missing something here. You know, maybe that's what it is. But I would love to know if you have an example of this.
Yeah, that example towards men was the only one I had. That's why I came up, because I felt like it was obvious to everybody that is a problem for men, that women group us together in that same way. So I mean, I'd come back once I have a second.
What's a problem for men? What part is a problem for men? Out of curiosity, what do you mean?
That in mass that we don't go to therapy as much as we should.
So you're saying that men should go to therapy more
as a group? Yeah,
as a group, and women should go to therapy more.
No, just the one thing. I can't say that women should go to therapy more. I don't have a thing to group women together right off the top of my head.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying, because women can do it, we shouldn't just assume that women are these perfect creatures that, you know, there isn't something that we can group them together for. Not that I have it.
I mean, I don't know if they're like I'd say, I don't know. Interpersonally, they're not perfect, obviously, right? Everybody makes mistakes. But I think what I'm trying to figure out is what do they do? You know what I'm saying? Like as a group, like in what ways do women harm? In what ways do women harm men? Is my question.
Because every one I try to think of could be interpersonal, that if I say it, I'm just gonna, you know, we just be up here shooting down the things that I, you know, guess. So I don't have a thing that I know.
Okay. I have another question for you. How do men harm women?
One thing as a group that I see a lot of guys do is that they don't have any direction towards their attraction to women. So they usually just go off of their own interpersonal. Like, we don't as a group say, like, this is how we should treat women. Everybody goes at their own opinion and goes by themselves, because we don't check each other when we're out there pursuing women. And I see that all the time.
So men don't hold other men accountable.
Yeah.
Okay. I would, in that, I mean, I was thinking like there's way more stuff that men do.
Oh, way more, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, but okay, that's fine, man. Don't hold men accountable. I agree with that.
My heart is beating crazy right now. I'm not you up here. I just can't. I'm just not.
You good, brother?
Can think like that.
No, you good. You good. Okay, I'm gonna drop you down, and I don't want you to feel no type of way about it. Double trouble. What are you saying, brother?
Okay, my thing. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay. Okay, my thing is this: a lot of times women don't want to hold themselves accountable for their negative actions,
Okay, be more.
or
Be
they
more.
don't want to,
Mhm.
or they don't want to have to deal with the consequences of their negative actions.
Okay, so be more specific. Like
Okay.
what I'm looking for, I'll give you an example. That brother kind of didn't really do a good job. I mean, he admitted to it. So what, like, if I were to criticize men, I would blame men for like the amount of abuse that they call, you know, that they're responsible for when it comes to women, like how often they abuse women, how often they how often they AB children, you know, stuff like that, right? I would, I mean, we could even scale it back a little bit from that. You could talk about how often men lie to women just to sleep with them. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, like that I could say like en masse that most men have done or do. So can you give me an example of that like women, that like most women participate in, that harms men?
Okay, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Now,
Okay.
now you brought up the fact of abusive men, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, now, where I'm at, here's where I see a lot of that playing a role. Okay, a woman gets a man, she knows his background, she knows he's wild, she knows he's a live wire, got a short fuse, but it's okay when he's using a short fuse for her. She knows she can call him any given time like a pit bull, utilizing. But then at the same time, when he turns around and bites her, now it's a problem. Now, I'm not saying that it's never right to abuse nobody, man, woman, or whatever.
But
That's what I'm talking about, accountability.
But Double Trouble, did you see what you just did? You just blamed her for the behavior of the man.
You got
See what I'm
that
saying?
right.
No,
you can't.
Hold on, sir. Listen again. So I brought up that men are AB, right? They're abusive, let's say. You brought up that women are AB'd by men and then blame the women for being AB by men. That doesn't make sense. So
No.
And how does that?
Hold on.
My question was, name something that women do that harms men. That doesn't harm men. That she's around an AB. That doesn't harm men. That harms her. So can you name something that women do that harms men as a group?
Okay. First thing first. I did not blame her for that. Basically, what I'm saying is like this. It's just like, as a man, if you take a man's woman and then somebody else take her from you, you can't cry, because a snake is a snake. You see what I'm saying? My whole thing is this: where that accountability becomes a problem to men is because, okay, once she deals with that man that, would you say AB, that man that is an AB'er, now she has that, she can't unsee that. So now she has that thing in her mind that men are AB'ers. Now, when she comes to a decent guy that may not be a AB'er, she automatically has that in the back of her mind because now she's been through that. But my thing is,
Double trouble. You are so far off right now, brother. You cannot, again, if the thing you're trying to tell me is connected to the behaviors of men, then it wouldn't be the fault of the woman. See what I'm saying? So can you name something?
I'm telling it to you.
But you're not.
I just told you. I told you.
I promise you didn't. You didn't. So again, I named the thing. No, you didn't, sir. You blamed the woman for the actions of the men, and you're just doubling down on it in a longer form. You cannot name.
How did I blame the woman?
Because you're saying that she needs to choose better or take accountability for the actions of the man.
She does.
Exactly. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
Okay. Now let me ask you this.
And my question, hold on, brother. My question still remains: how does that hurt the man?
Because when she finds a good guy that's not an abuser, she automatically has that in her mind. And now somebody else who is not like that is left to pick up the pieces.
That doesn't hurt me.
It does.
It doesn't. You cannot articulate how that hurts me. He doesn't, because he
What are
doesn't
you
have to
talking?
deal with that.
I just said. Oh,
No,
okay,
you
okay,
didn't. You
okay.
just-
Check this out. Okay, check this out. Check this out. What you're doing is okay. Now. Because I turned around and I flipped it and put it on the other foot. I put the shoe on the other foot. If a man meets a woman, he takes a woman from another man, then she leaves him from another man. He has no right to cry because you get it. You lose it how you get it.
That
You
doesn't
know
make
what you're
sense.
dealing with.
That doesn't make sense. But I'm gonna hold on, wait.
It does. It's just but
Hold on,
what it is,
wait.
no matter what anybody say about a woman,
Hold on.
just go on.
Hold on, Double Trouble. You're not saying anything, and I've given you ample opportunities to say stuff, and you cannot articulate it. So I'm gonna give this other brother an opportunity, and maybe both of y'all can help each other. Go ahead, historian Sherney. Go ahead, brother.
I was just asking, like, if it's men's fault, so what now? Like, we're being blamed for it. Like, cool.
Yeah.
So what are the solutions we can go through for it?
If you recognize the first step that is men's problems, then we can. It depends on what we're talking about, but like, let's say, because we're talking about AB, and say AB, please, y'all, because they just flagged the live. Yeah, men would need to not AB women, right? Like that. That's like in that instance, the solution would be for men to not AB women, right? And then on top of that, go ahead.
But how would we stop that on like a mass level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, at the end of the day, there's always going to be bad people. So how can we limit that on a mass scale?
For men to hold other men accountable for ABing women, and to stop like lying to men and stop lying about women, that which breeds the AB. You know what I'm saying? Like how we talk about women, how we lie on women, how we make up stuff about women, and then perpetuate these lies that lead to violence against women. How we don't defend and protect the women that are being AB. You know what I mean? Like that's what's happening.
So can you give me some examples of like men lying about women?
Like right now, what Double Trouble trying to do?
Honestly,
that's a perfect example of how he's trying to blame a woman for what men do to women. That's a lie. Like that is one of the many lies that men tell about women. That is their fault for being AB by a man.
Okay. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from now.
See what I'm saying?
So when it comes to the prompt that men cannot criticize women, can women criticize men then?
Absolutely, yeah.
And why do you say that women can criticize men, but men cannot criticize women? Where's like the separation there?
Because the oppressed can always criticize the oppressor. The oppressor has no criticism for the oppressed. All they have is subjugation. They can't criticize them.
How do
Yeah, you can speak right after he gets done. Go ahead, Double Trouble. Give historian one more little ways, and then I'll let you go right after here. Go ahead, historian. I'm sorry. How do men oppress women?
Yeah.
AB is one major way, like we're talking about right now.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's I mean, interpersonally, if I go politically, it's, talk about all types of stuff politically, right? Socially, economically, but if we're talking about interpersonally, which I would like to do for right now, AB would be a great place to start. Hey, Black One, you can come up. I'm gonna mute you for the live though. If you want to come up and get unmuted, you are more than welcome to. Yeah, so that's how that works. And then I'm gonna let Double Trouble go and we'll get back to it. Go ahead, Double Trouble. Double Trouble, go ahead, brother. I'm listening. You there, brother? I don't know if you know his mic is muted.
All right, hello?
Yeah, you good. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Hey, look, I never said no lie. All I said was this. I used an example of a woman already knowing a man who has a certain character flaw within him, but it's one that she utilizes.
It doesn't make sense.
But when it's then turned around, it makes sense, bro. Hey, look,
it doesn't.
Bro,
I promise you, it doesn't make sense.
No matter what a man say, you want to go against.
Double Trouble. Double Trouble.
Man,
hold on.
I've seen it every day in my time.
Hold on. You can, just because you make up something doesn't mean I have to agree to it. And then you using this dumb argument. Hold on, you're making this up. This is not a common act. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, saying that, like, okay, this may happen. This may happen, right? But does this happen to most men? No. It don't even happen to a lot of men, right? But I'm just being nice and going to say, okay, it's happened to a man or a small group of men, fine. But the way you're trying to act like this is an issue that women perpetuate that harms men doesn't make any sense because it's not true. That's what I'm saying. That's the part that's not true.
It is true. Let me ask you something, man. Where are you from?
Man, I'm from California. I'm from Long Beach, California.
Exactly.
It don't matter where I'm from.
Exactly.
Exactly what? I could have said I was from your town and you was gonna say I could have said I was from your town and you would have said the same. You'd have said the same stupid shit.
Famo.
Come on.
Famo. No, the only person saying something stupid is you. Because all you do is anything a man say, you want to combat it with a bunch of garbage.
With logic.
This is something that happens.
I want to combat it with logic.
You ain't got no logic.
You don't,
man.
sir.
Man,
you don't even know what you're
drifter,
talking about.
Yo.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Man.
Now you're crashing out.
You don't even believe what you say.
You're crashing out because you sound stupid and you don't make sense. Don't get mad at me.
I sound stupid.
Get mad at your mom in your grade school
You're
teachers.
a grifter.
Okay. What's the definition of a grifter?
Get mad at your mother.
What's the definition of a grifter?
It's you a phony. What you
No, what is it? No. What is a grifter?
A phony.
What is a grifter?
Phony. You.
Hold on, double trouble.
You. What's your name?
Calm down.
What's your name?
Calm down.
Well, what's your name?
What is a
the
grifter?
public defender?
Nope, that's not my name.
The public defender.
Nope, that's not my name.
Public defender.
Nope, that's not it. You can't
It's
even
a
read.
phony like you.
You can't read.
It's a phony like you.
But you don't know what a grifter is.
Look, I know you're a phony.
You're mad. You're
I'm
triggered.
not mad.
You are mad because you're attacking me personally because I just called you out for not making sense.
No, because you attacked me.
All that happened. I did attack
you attacked me personally.
No, I didn't.
You attacked
I said
me
what
personally.
you said was dumb. I didn't call you anything. What you said was stupid.
Yo.
And it was a lie. I didn't attack you.
No, what you saying is stupid.
Okay.
Look, all you do is
we're just
when
going around
a
the
man
circles.
say something, it's always wrong.
No,
Anything a man say is wrong.
No. What you're saying is wrong. Not what any man saying is wrong. What you're saying is wrong. You're being hyperbolic.
Okay, now
I agree with plenty of it. I just don't agree with you and what you're saying right now. Say something that's true. Tell me what.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Okay, cool. I agree. Like what?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Is there anything that women need to work on?
In what aspect? Personally, I'm sure. Tons of stuff. As a group, nothing. You can't name it. That's what I'm up here doing right now.
Okay.
Proving right now that you have
I'm asking you.
Hold on, double trouble. Listen to what I'm saying. Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
The question is for you. I've done this exercise 1,000 times, right? So you think that there is something that women as a group can be criticized for because that thing is harming men as a group, right? That's what I'm saying. You cannot, and you have not articulated what that thing is. That's all I'm saying. You can get mad all you want to. You can say I'm grifting all you want
I'm not
to,
mad.
but you haven't articulated that thing. Nor did a historian. No, a historian just said, fine, I agree. Men are the bad guys. And I said, okay. And then we had a conversation, right? And I think that conversation was fairly productive. I think we can still have more conversation, though. You, on the other hand, are stuck at you won't accept the fact that you don't really have a critique of women. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's what's going on right now.
I gave you one. But answer my question. Okay, can you answer my question?
I did.
On a whole, as a group, do women have anything that they need to?
No.
Hey, exactly. There you go. Okay, peace, yo. Drop me down. You're a grifter. Peace, yo. Peace. You right. I'm a grifter. Yep. I mean, you right. You're a grifter. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Women have nothing to work on. Yep. Peace. Drop me down.
I'm asking you what the thing is they need to work on, and you can't answer it. Like, that's the crazy part.
I already gave you an example.
Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. Historian is up here. Historian, can you do me a favor? If I'm lying, I'm flying, right? What I want you to do is, did you hear what he said? Do you remember what he was saying? Okay. Do you agree?
What he said was no. And the reason for this is, right, if you look at a lot of stats when it comes to like just crimes, right? Women are more likely to be the victims of an unaliving. I think it's like 3 times more likely to be the victim of an unaliving than to be the unaliver.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, 100%. Absolutely.
So like,
what are we talking about? Like that's what
I
I was
don't
asking him. Not you. That's what I was asking him. Like, so what are we talking about? You see what I'm saying? Like, if and I agree. Like, okay, it's even if that's not the exact stat, I get what you're saying. It's exponentially more unsafe for a woman than it is for a man because of the actions of men. Correct?
Yes, I think
Okay,
as a
cool.
group, men are a lot more. And this is just my personal experience, just because I have done martial arts for a really long time. I've done it since I was 5. I'm roughly like 20 now. I'm almost 21. But it's a lot of the time men are far more aggressive to women. Like when I say I've done martial arts, the first thing they want to do is fight me for
Yeah, man.
absolutely no reason.
Uh-huh.
Or a lot of like the way we interact with one another, like over arguments, we're willing to fight for it. Or just the raw violence that we perpetrate towards women who, like, I was talking to a friend in the car about it, but like what he brings up to me, right? Because this man is a gay man, right? So he interacts with women way more than I do. But every time something is said, a man is like, the first thing they want to do is hit a woman. Why can't we hit women? Things like that when women talk about equal rights.
Equal rights.
That's like
equal rights, equal fights.
right.
Yep.
They want to bring up violence as like
or another example of that is why can't women be forced to go to war like men? You know what I'm saying? It's always, like you said, it's always something connected to violence. Always.
Like our entire thing about masculinity, and I'm personally going through it with therapy and just but ego death. Like as you look at your masculinity and you realize it's just super performative. Like it's only based on violence and how your strength can hurt other people, never how you can help, never how you can defend others.
Damn. It's never about how you can help others. Wow. Yeah, that is pretty much what masculinity is about. Absolutely. Perpetuating the most violence against groups of people to keep them oppressed, or at least having them constantly putting them in a state of fear. You know what I'm saying? So that you can manipulate them and so that you can control them.
Yeah, I think like men rely too much on fear. Like a lot of the women in my vicinity, like I've asked a lot of the women I interact with. I've asked because I have 2 sisters. I've asked them, and they are terrified of men, especially like when men pursue them, because men don't know when to stop. All they have is aggression. They don't have an identity outside of being super, super aggressive. It's always trying to prove yourself for no reason. And I think that's a really weird thing, to try to prove your strength, to try to harm people just to create an identity.
Yeah. And to create fear. See, so that's what I'm saying. And this is what I wanted that man to stay up here so he could hear another man say that same thing, because I feel like, because he obviously thinks that I'm like being biased, and I'm like, I'm not being biased at all. I'm just being honest. If you have I'm literally up here for you to tell me the critique you have of women. Like, that's why I'm up here. See what I'm saying? I'm not up here necessarily, like, let me put it like this. Of course, somebody could, you know what I'm saying, like prove their point or whatever. I'm good with that. I'm okay with that. But the reality is that I've done this exercise enough to where I know, like, I'm extremely confident in the fact that there isn't going to be anything that men are going to bring up, right? But I'm here for it. If you do, hey, it's valid.
I don't think as individuals, like if you can probably bring up individual points against women, maybe, because there are terrible women out there.
Of course, yeah. That's what I said at the beginning. Definitely interpersonally, yeah. There's women that lie, or women that cheat, women that unalive, women that steal. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Yep. Absolutely.
But as a group, this is just my opinion. I think as a group, women are just far better, and they've done a much better job. And I think it's part of the reason men are so bad is because instead of just being direct, women have kind of protected and coddled us, not because we need to be coddled, but because if they didn't,
for their own protection. Yeah, it's for their own protection.
And so I think that's why things gotten out of hand, is that men kind of have misinterpreted this as we're good, but we're not. Women have done a much better job at portraying and protecting masculinity than men ever have. And it's kind of gotten to our head a little too much, to where we now think we're better leaders. I mean, if you look at stats, right, we are awful leaders. Yeah. So we are terrible.
Yeah, facts. Damn, that was a great point. Let Mr. Dolphin here. You want to say something? Go ahead, Mr. Dolphin.
Yeah, that was the original reason why I left, is because most of the things you can come off the top of your head are going to be anecdotal. But then I saw something on YouTube. I tried to find the statistic for it, but the statistics are skewed on women on men DV. Not skewed, but there's like 50-50, then there's 75, whatever. And so I can only come up with the idea. I'm sorry?
It's not even close. IPV rates from women to men and men to women is not even close. Men DV women exponentially more than women DV men.
Yeah, I saw that too. Like I'm looking at all. Well, whatever. What was the idea I just had? I guess that it was more permissible. Like if you see a girl hitting a guy, it's like she really ain't doing that kind of damage. Or like if you see a girl just like yelling at a guy, like it'd be more appropriate for my mom to yell at me in public than it would be my dad. Like everybody turns and is like, oh, this is, it's about to get violent.
Yeah.
And I've been in relationships where women had more psychological stuff done to me just because I just don't know. When a girl gets mad at me, I just don't know what to do.
Yeah. But that's interpersonally. That's what I'm saying. Like that's interpersonally. I'm sure that you got done wrong by some woman in your life. Like I ain't gonna deny that.
Well, no, that's not what I'm trying to get at. I'm saying as a group, I think a lot of guys don't know how to deal with their girlfriend, with women in public when it gets to that point, and it puts a lot of pressure. Not pressure. I guess anxiety on a guy in that way, and it's like being on that side of it. There's, oh my God, I had it for 2 seconds. What is it? I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go. I almost had it.
You're good. As soon as you start talking about like IPV between men and women, it's not even a discussion. Like
you get the idea I'm trying to get at is like
I don't. I would trust me. I would help you too because I do want to hear the point if there was a point there to be made.
I'll come back another time. Sorry.
You're good. You're good, brother. Go ahead, Zorian. Journey.
I think so. The point I think he was trying to get at is that society sees it more acceptable for women to kind of like hit at a man or kind of like be rude or more aggressive towards him in public. Mm-hmm. And that what I want to say to that point is it makes sense. And it's because men have very poor emotional regulation. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to like when it comes to that level of violence, men aren't like controlling how hard they like hit somebody, for example, right? They're kind of just going all out. While a woman is not actively trying to harm the man, she's just trying to get her point across and express herself a lot better because he's not listening.
I think it's just literally the threat of violence is just not. It's like my son yelling at me in public is not viewed the same as me yelling at my son. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like if I were like you brought up with parents, like if I was like screaming at my 13-year-old or my 8 or 9-year-old child, people would be like, yo, calm down. But if my 9-year-old was screaming at me, they might watch, but they wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, man, that baby need to calm that baby down. It wouldn't be like I was at risk of anything. It would be like, hey man, is the little baby all right? It would be more like that. And it's just because of the threat, the likelihood of the threat of violence is extremely high from parent to child versus from child to parent. You know what I mean? The harm that can be inflicted in the vast majority of cases from parent to child is exponentially higher than vice versa. And that's what people I think that's what people naturally pick up on. I don't even think that's I think that's just like a natural thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you see a woman, you see me and my wife arguing. My wife is 5'2", 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? You see our width. You see like you're not, if she hits me, you're not worried that she about to unalive. You know what I mean? Like that's not even something. Be like, damn, she popped him. I wonder what he did. You know what I mean? Like that's usually what you would think. It's like I wonder what he did, man. He probably done flipped out on that lady. He probably cheated. Whatever the case may be. But if I popped my woman, now hopefully somebody steps in because I can unalive her right there with my bare hands. I could. You know what I'm saying? It can go from 0 to 100 real quick. It's just different. It's not, you know what I'm saying? And before somebody says, women can do that too. Sure, there are women that can do that. Yeah. But generally speaking, two things. A, women don't have a history of doing that. And B, if that man were to fight back, most of the times he would be able to stop that from happening. Right?
I also just think that the reaction that women have is because of how like public like how public life is for women is super dangerous, right? Like
Mhm.
if you were on TikTok maybe like a couple of months ago, there was a very popular video about how a man like in a Dollar Tree, like she wasn't aware of what was happening, but she was in a Dollar Tree and this guy straight up just like all over her leg, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. No, it wasn't was it in Dollar Tree?
I think it was in a Dollar Tree. And she like
Uh-oh.
ran out screaming, and like instead of like condemning the actions, men kind of just made jokes out of it and laughed. And I think like when you have to be on guard all the time, and when something does happen to you, either A, people don't believe you, or they think it's funny. And I think that's why like that reaction that women have is kind of like, okay, that's warranted, because if you don't, nobody's gonna take you seriously.
Yeah. I was thinking, because I did a story on a woman that had got some dude that like, you know, did some stuff he like threw some stuff. She didn't see what happened, but he did something on her back, like sprayed some liquid on her back, and it was probably some semen. And it was at Kroger's. And then he ended up getting arrested because they reviewed the tapes, and he had done it. They come to find out he had done it to like 2 more women or whatever. So that's what I thought you were talking about. But I know somebody personally, a woman that happened to when she was a girl, and some dude was like following her closely, and as he got closer, she like, you know, she knew he was like following her, and she turned around and was like, you know, like, what the fuck? And then he shot on her, like right when she turned around, like shot on her leg, and it ran. I was like, what the fuck do you get? Like, dudes are just, that shit is wild to me. Like, what do you get out of that? That's the crazy, like, that's just, yeah, man. Men are just very, you know, it's just some wild shit going on in our brains. It's wicked work. Yeah, she was a teenager. She was like 13, probably 14. So that was crazy.
Yeah, I think just the fact that like the fact that happens is like pretty much the result of patriarchy. And the only reason I say that is because like the beauty standards for women are very childlike. That's just, I'm not gonna like put that on everybody, but from my view, that is a very, very, very childlike. Like they want them to be petite, small, virgin, like no experience. You're describing a child, and when you have that level of standard, of course there are going to be those men who are now emboldened by it because we as a whole, right, have seen it that way. And so I think a lot of that is men's fault. Like the reason that happens is our fault because of the beauty standards we have set for women.
That's facts. That's facts. I agree with that. Hey, I appreciate you coming up, Historian's Journey, man. Come up anytime, brother. Man. Yeah, man. We ran it that quick. We over it. They gave me they gave me a restriction too, so that kind of like messed up the live early, to be honest with you. I feel like I might need to restart it. I knew it was just from saying AB. So yeah, that was a good guess for sure. I like that guy. Yeah, that was wicked work though. I think I'm gonna restart it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna restart.
I went to Universal. I went to Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, and Epic Universe. 3 parks in 2 days. Yes.
Y'all in hearing a whole different thing, huh? All right, here we go. Now we good. I got a lot going on, man. I got a lot. Hey, look, y'all. Look, y'all don't even know, man. My wife figured out some stuff where now on YouTube, y'all can hear me. Y'all shout out on YouTube, man. Let me know how it sound. Hopefully it sound good or whatever. But yeah, we had to do a lot of stuff to get this thing together. Well, my wife did a lot of stuff to get this thing together. So I'm good. It feels good to be back. Now I can like really host the lives like I want to. Y'all can see everything. Y'all can hear everything. You know, and all that stuff. I think it might be a delay. That's about it. But other than that, I think we good to go. Yep. Sounds good. Exactly. See? I love that. I love that for us. I do. If y'all was here when the lives was, you know, when I was doing that couple months ago, that was one of the things that made me stop going live altogether, because I was like, you can't even hear nothing. Like the sound was just bad. I couldn't figure it out, but we got it now. What happened to y'all stickers? What you mean? Oh, that's weird. That's super weird. Uh-huh. Mm. I don't like that at all. They made me start this whole thing over, it looks like. I didn't even know. All right, well, there we go. We back on there. No, I just did it. They should be back now. Yep, we streaming TikTok to YouTube, man, so y'all can see the whole live. That way, everything it won't be. It's no disconnect. Now we all get the same experience. Yeah, it happened when it updated last. Oh, I didn't even know. I just did it right now. That's crazy. I've been out the live loop. I don't even know what's going on, man. So there's no more like I gotta like do my stickers all over again and everything. It looks like. That's what it is. I have it set up for the next live. Don't trip. It was kind of impromptu. I just was excited because my wife finally, you know, she been trying to work this out for like 2 or 3 days, and she finally got it cracking. I was like, shit, we gonna use it then. Hopefully we can get it. You know what I'm saying? We can get something going though. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Cedar, man. I love it. I really love it. I really love it now. We gonna be jumping. Yeah, apparently TikTok don't like us that much. Lottie said, damn, I need a wife. Ah, man, you sound like Umar now. That's what Umar was just talking about. I need a wife so I can wake up to breakfast. No, nigga. No, nigga. You do not need a wife so you can wake up to breakfast, bro. We not using our wives in that way. You got 10 minutes till your show start, man. It's only 6:50 over here, but it's damn near dark already. That's how you know we almost into the fall season. What's good, man? We not jumping? TikTok hating? I gotta restart it one more again. This is my 5th restart today, though. I think they only give you so many. You need a toaster now. Oh man. Maybe man. The men's been scared, man. They might all be in Sands Live. All right, bet. That's what's up. You know, I can Dr. Umar eat first thing in the morning. Absolutely not. I couldn't imagine doing nothing with Dr. Umar. I couldn't imagine shaking his hand. It'd get weird. It's a weird guy. Strange guy. Strange dude there. Strange guy there. All right, men, old women, everything. Y'all know, man. We in this thing, man. We're gonna see what the boys is gonna say. I don't think the boys is jumping. The men cannot handle the truth. They've been crashing out. Y'all don't even know. I've been in a lot of lives the last 2 weeks or so. They have been very upset. The men are getting more and more upset. They're getting really upset with me. No, I know, Julia, I'm playing. You could restart all you want, but I'm saying, like, I think after you like do it a few times, I feel like they like punish you, like you doing it too much. Yeah, but the men's been mad at me. The men's been mad at me the last 2 weeks, man. I wanted to bring them in the fold. I tried to have the conversations with them. They don't want to, you know what I'm saying? They want to crash out on me, man. They want to crash out on me. They kind of like talking to me in other people's lives, but not that much either. They be running a lot too. They don't like it at all, sadly. But hey, it is what it is. What can you do about it? What you gonna do about it? You know? The devil trouble crashed out hard and they reported your pay. I know SC looking decent, man. We might be on to something. You should be more considerate to the little men's. I am. I'm very considerate to the little men's, man. No Diddy. Okay, you ought to be talking about getting alerts. You got an alert. And here we are. OD? Who was OD? What are you talking about? You said OD was complaining about me? Who was that? I don't know who that is. Never heard of that person. Oh, you said it to K. That's what's up, Steph. Who is OD? I don't know what OD is. You can never read the whole message? Is it too far to the left? Like it cuts off on the left? Is that what it is? Let's see. Okay. I got y'all. Hold up 1 second. Is that better? I figure everybody should be able to see it now. There we go. All right. Yeah, everybody can see it now. Everybody can see it now. Okay. So we're good to go. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe they couldn't see it, but they should be able to see it now. I do. I mean, I've been feeling like the boogeyman for a while, but I think it just, you know, it's just they just, I don't know, man. They be ready to tussle online too much. Like some shit happen. Look, this shit be happening all the time. It's weird. The shit that be happening. It's an odd thing. It's an odd thing. Hey, what's up,
Hello?
babe? Yes.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
I'm watching your channel recently. I've been dying to get on one of these lives. I even sent you an email.
Oh,
I'm trying to
word?
see. Yeah. I have expertise in therapy, clinical work, and psychology in general.
Mhm.
And it's very hard for me as a free thinking person to sit here and listen to these men use clinical terms are wrong. And especially the favorite one is the narcissist. And I just think it's so interesting. And I was trying to get on earlier while y'all were having the first conversation, the first prompt. I think it's interesting that a lot of the men that were getting on, and a lot of the men in my personal life, they all have this narrative of like the manipulative woman that harmed them and hurt them. And therefore, all other men have to be experiencing this as well. Therefore, it's all, together women's fault. And as a woman myself, I've considered those things. Someone who also had, a mother who fit that description.
Mm.
And I think what's interesting as a person who has to live with the identity of a woman, it's really annoying to see a bunch of men having these conversations all the time when they don't have to live in our bodies or experience our lives, but I mean, somebody got to do it, right?
Yeah.
I think what's most interesting is how we're like dehumanized in a way that is kind of like on a pedestal, but then also like less than the dirt under somebody's shoe. So like your mom is like, oh my God, that's your mom. Like you never supposed to disrespect your mom. Like your mom is everything. Women are everything, but also, you know, nothing at all at the same time. And or at least that's been my experience. So like we're glorified in a certain way. And I feel like that's what enables these men that have these personal individual vendettas with women in their lives to take it on a more group wide scale. And it's really just that personal issue. But then group wise, I feel like women are put on a pedestal in some senses, and that therefore backfires against us. And they say, well, the moms are the ones raising the sons. So like, how can you say that it's a man's problem and things like that? Because our moms taught us this. But I like what the historian guy said before. It's like women are doing what protects us as well. I don't want to be too long-winded, but those are just my thoughts.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. Yeah, a lot of men struggle with being honest. Like, I mean, that's the best way I could sum it up. But yeah, men definitely are struggling like with being honest and being like accepting of the role that we play, you know what I mean, and all that stuff. So we go around and we try to like you were talking about like how they like weaponize or misuse, mischaracterize, misrepresent psychology talk and whatnot. That's all a way to like kind of beat women to the punch. You know what I'm saying? Like if I call her a narc first, then she can't call me. You know what I mean? Like now she calls me one, then now it looks like she's just retaliating. But in reality, I'm just really a narc. You know what I'm saying? Like in reality, like I really am narcissistic, but I'm not, you know, I don't want to accept that. I don't want to be, you know, sussed out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to Faith, you're a narc. Oh, she's a narc. That's a narcissistic. And I'm like, how are women, you know, I'm sure I'm sure there's tons of narcissistic women, right? Like I'm not arguing against that. But the things that men describe as narcissistic behaviors from women doesn't add up. And also a thing that I find funny is the way that women exhibit narcissistic behavior is different a lot of times in the way that men do it. You know what I'm saying?
True. Like it goes down to socialization, and a lot of these men don't. A lot of the men that I've seen you talk to, and I wouldn't even call it a debate, but yeah, talk with, they don't. It's higher levels of understanding things, and that starts with the most basic, like, you know, being able to read and comprehend what you're reading, and like that's just like rudimentary stuff. Like we're not even getting to like constructs. Like some people cannot understand that we live in a society that is basically made up by our human imagination, and we're navigating that, and that's why we have social justice issues and things like that, because we're really just making this up as we go. But some of them really like they're still grounded in this belief that no, everything that I've been taught up until now is very real, and that's the way life is supposed to be. And so they don't understand the socialization part of it all. And then when we get into stats, it's a person who's gone through, I have a master's degree in clinical psychology. So I've done my own thesis research. And I learned that, I probably can't cuss on here, but I basically learned that research and statistics is so biased. And really, when it comes to these conversations about the quote unquote gender wars, we really don't even need the male centered bias science that happens a lot of times because of all the oppression of women even getting into higher education spaces, let alone in the science fields. We could just look at history in general, right? And when you don't have the resources, because I don't want, one thing I pride myself on is being an empathetic person and trying to put myself in another person's shoes. When you don't have the resources, it's easy to believe what you've always been told. So you're going to listen to Big Mama and you're going to listen to what Papa said because they are your elders, specifically in the Black community. So
Yeah.
and I think that, could be a widespread thing as well. But yeah,
No,
it's just a
no.
lack of resources and education.
Yeah, that's facts. That a lot of it is that definitely. So it makes men not, like you said, we won't commit to growing. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Faith, I appreciate you coming up. I'm gonna talk to this Aqua on the Block person, but definitely come back anytime.
Thank you.
No problem. I love talking to educated people. They got a lot going on. They be so smart. Go ahead, Aqua on the Block.
Brother, I see it says men owe women everything. Is that
Yes, sir.
that? And yes, sir, we are. That is 1000% correct.
Bet.
I, as a person, I'm from Rochester, New York. That's where I live at.
Okay.
And I have developed the mindset over the last 4 to 5 years that that's absolutely the truth. They conceive, they carry, and they deliver us. They go through the pain of labor.
Mm-hmm.
They say that the pain of birthing a child is equal to the pains of death. Now, is that not the ultimate love to bring forth other human beings? I was raised by my grandmother. Then she legally adopted me in 1984. When my mother wasn't there, it was another woman that was there for me. So when I look at what they call God or what we call God, I think that the woman is right there in that position. In other words, we refer to God as he or the deity as he. But in my view, he is not he without she, because they pretty much do more work than we do. We sow a seed. They conceive it. They carry it in their womb for 9 months.
Yeah.
And then they deliver that child. So it's not something that should be taken lightly, their role in the scheme of things, so to speak, in bringing in a world, everything that you see, even TikTok, a woman birthed the baby that created TikTok, or the cell phone, a woman had to carry that innovator, a woman.
Can I ask you a question? What, beyond giving birth, what else do women do for society?
What else do? They nurture us. Do we as men have breasts that we can?
Well, beyond the rearing of children.
It's not just the rearing of children. They are
you're part of
birthing in the creation, brother. Can you carry a baby in you and push it out of you as a male? Can you do that?
No, but I'm saying beyond that, what else do they contribute to society?
They contribute everything to society. They nurture us. They teach us. When you're talking about love, you develop that attribute from the feminine side of things, so to speak. A woman's love is ultimate for her. A woman that really loves her children, her progeny, her offspring. We come through them. They do extraordinary things. Like I said, I don't know a male that can carry a human being in their belly for 9 months, and that's not to be taken lightly. That is not to be taken lightly. You got to carry a whole nother human being inside of you for 9 months, and then you have to go through extraordinary pain to deliver that to make that delivery.
I just think like there's more to women than them carrying babies, though that is important. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely that's definitely important. But there are a lot of women who don't have babies.
They shape our psychology. It's not just having a baby, it's shaping the psychology of the baby,
Well, I know I'm saying beyond children, women have great importance. Beyond having kids, beyond, you know what I mean? Like, they have great importance to society. So I'm like, what I'm saying is like, I can think of 1,000 things that women, how, you know what I mean? Like how they make society better, and it has nothing to do with the rearing of children. Being pregnant, giving birth, like anything like that. Though that is important. Though that's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
give me some examples of your understanding. I mean, what they birth, whatever you see It came through a woman. If you see a car and a man made the car, that man was still born of a woman.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, a deity who a lot of people believe in. Jesus Christ could not have been Christ if he hadn't come through Mother Mary, is what I'm saying. The woman, the feminine, the divine feminine is very important in the scheme of the overall. It's not just birthing, but we can't have anything without them, pretty much. Every man you see, I mean, they say the people, what was that lady name that helped the astronauts get into space? What was that movie with Taraji P. Henson in it? They were instrumental in just everything.
Hidden figures.
Yes, I don't want to reduce our women to just birthing babies. I'm not saying that.
Okay, let's say something else. Hold on, wait. Great. Let's say something else. Name anything else that women do. Anything else that has nothing to do with children.
Everything.
All right, a little bit more specific.
Everything. What can't they do? Clarissa Shields is a female with no children, but she's a champion boxer. She don't have any children, but she sits on top of the world as one of the best fighters, which historically has been a male sport. But now you got a woman who says, I'm the greatest woman of all times. I mean, what can't they do that that's designated like we think only men? I mean, what can't they do? They can do more. This is not being funny, and this is not to be sarcastic.
I'm not laughing. I'm listening to you.
I just want us to put on our thinking caps about how divine they really are. Okay. A woman has what is called a menstrual cycle. Where
shit.
No, I want you to look deep into this though, brother. They can walk around and they can literally lose blood and still live. Can we as men do that? Can we?
Nah, we can't.
I'm just saying, not to be disrespectful at all. I'm just thinking about the super, like I call my woman Wonder Woman, because I sit here and watch her. She owns her own business. She bakes pies and she puts each one together. I couldn't even, I'd be like, man, I'm about to go to sleep. The sacrifices, they sacrifice way more than us, bro. Way more than us, bro.
And most of their sacrifices are connected to giving birth and children.
Their sacrifices are connected to everything that goes on in this world. Again, if you have a doctor, just say it could be male or female, but that doctor came through the womb of a woman.
See, you keep going back to that birth. It's man, you know what, brother? You know what's bad about this right here? Because I really feel like you really are like actively trying to give women credit, but it's like it is very reductive at the same. That's all I'm trying to tell you. And I was trying to give you the opportunity to like not reduce women. Hold on, brother. I was trying to give you the opportunity to not reduce women to their reproductive organs. Right. But everything keeps coming back to that.
No, brother, that's your perception of what I'm saying. You got to look deeper into what I'm saying, brother. It's
my
more
perception.
Than that. I'm saying this. Your title says men owe women everything. Well, let me ask you, brother, why do men owe women everything? Because that's your title. Why?
Yeah. So, I think men owe women everything because women give us the opportunity to they haven't abandoned us yet. They are the reason why a lot of us are here as far as the contributions they made to society in way of like science, like women were the first computers, like you mentioned. Women are, so I was looking at this. I looked at, me and my wife were like examining this chart, right? I wish I could show it, but I can't right now. But anyways, it was talking about like based on IQ tests, and it was talking about the intelligence of men and women. So pretty much the way that it looks is like the dumbest, the group that has the most dumb people, the dumbest people are men, right? the group that has, but also the group that has like the smartest people based on IQ tests again are men. But the group that has like the most, like on average, the most intelligent people are women. You know what I'm saying? Like there's more just like generally, you know, when we talk about intelligence, like women are significantly higher than men. So like basically women, like the likelihood that a woman is going to be intelligent is higher than the likelihood that a man is going to be intelligent, because again, there are more like super duper dumb men than there are dumb women, if that makes sense, right? So women just, their intelligence that they bring to society, the way that they teach us how to communicate, psychology. I don't know who invented the concept of psychology, but I would estimate it was a woman, because they understand it. So like the creativity that women bring, because women are like extremely creative. They are like the muse in a lot of these cases. Like even when you talk about art, women are the ones. And I'm not even saying like the men sculpted a woman, but just the idea, you know what I'm saying, came from a woman. Yeah, so in like so many ways, women add, they have so much intrinsic value, but simultaneously, they don't take away anything from us. You see what I'm saying? Like when men extract from women, we may give some to women as well, but we extract a lot from women, and then women give a lot to us, right? And we may give them back a little bit, but women just give. They don't extract. You know what I'm saying? They just give, and it's like all positivity from them as a group. Of course, there's some women who extract. Don't get me wrong, but like as a whole, women don't like take from us. They don't like suck us dry. They don't. You know what I mean? They don't weigh on us or whatever. They uplift us all the time. So yeah, I mean, there's a ton of ways that women, why we owe women everything. But yeah, that to me would be more where I was thinking.
Okay, the respect, but I don't want to reduce them, like you said, to their reproductive organs. Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
I just see them in a divine light. Like we really do owe them everything. You know, I mean, I mean, that's a very important part. What would you really have without a woman? James Brown said, he sung a song. This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman. From a divine feminine perspective, like, for example, let me give you another example. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When we have world conflicts and stuff like that,
mm-hmm.
I believe that if more women was at the decision-making table,
Mm-hmm.
we would have much more peace in the world, because who really wants to send their son or daughter to perish or to get into conflict or to be maimed and stuff like that? I mean, I had a son in the military, 12 years in the military, and me and my wife would pray for his safety and security all the time. But before he went to the military, his mother said, I don't want my son going there. I said, well, he's 18. Let him make his own decision. But she saw that from a different perspective. She saw it from a perspective like, okay, this is my son, and I don't want him going into that right there. And it's just, they are everything, brother. I mean, they reproduce us, period. They bring life, and it's not reducing them to their birthing organs. Is giving them the props that without the woman, you essentially have nothing. Their umbilical cord, and you're not. Nah,
damn, man.
Okay,
You cannot stop talking about their vaginas,
are you a man? Are you a man?
Of course.
Are you a man?
Obviously.
Okay, how did you get on the planet Earth?
We know, brother. I got here through my mother. There's no. I mean, you've made that point several times. Is my point.
What other point do you need to make? I mean, they make everything. They make everything. What do we make? We sow a seed. She do the rest.
Let Survivor go. Go ahead, Survivor.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was requested to come in here, so I don't understand. Men owe women everything.
Oh,
what? What do we owe a woman?
Everything. Gratitude, protection, loyalty, respect.
You don't think it's bi-directional?
No.
Why do you think the female gender is more superior than a male gender?
That's not a female isn't a gender, it's a sex. But the question is more for you, not for me. Like you can articulate why you think men. You can tell me why do you think men. I'm sorry, women owe men something. That's all you do it. Tell me why. Why do you think men? Why do women owe men? Is my question to you.
I mean, I don't think anybody owes anything. I mean, owe something is to be in debt. So why
We are indebted to women
why?
because they literally like keep us alive. They do. They all they do is just add. They just add to our lives. Like I'm not talking about little kids. I'm talking about like men and women. Like as men, the things that women do for us is phenomenal. And you know what? The way that I like to look at this again is it's more from the aspect of like women don't harm us. Like even just from that aspect alone, I think is enough. Right? Like we don't have to worry about half the population. They're not gonna harm us. We're good. We leave them alone, they leave us alone, right? As far as that's concerned. They don't go out of their way to harm us. They don't go out of their way to take our rights. They don't go out of our way. Like just that alone is a positive versus what men do.
Well, have you much interaction with Latino women?
What is
That you said not to harm us. That's what you said. So what
I said what? Not to what?
That women, if you leave them alone, they're not going to harm us. That was your statement.
They don't. Latino women would fall underneath that though. I don't know why. What do you think Latino women, why are they so different? Yes, I've had plenty of interactions with Latino women. I grew up with Latino women. Yeah.
You think you would take that statement and categorize in that statement?
How are Latino women, what do they do to men?
They're a lot more aggressive.
In what way? They say the same thing about Black women. That's a trope. That's a racist trope.
I can't speak, but you said women protect us. I'm like, okay, so when there's a conflict, war,
a conflict between who?
Two countries.
A war that men started. I don't count that. Protection is they don't harm us. Like women don't harm us.
No, true. But at the end of the day, we didn't start the war. Let's just say somebody comes.
Men started the war. Yeah, men started the war. Yeah.
Okay, great. I would agree with that statement. But guess what? At the end of the day, who's going to defend you, the woman or the man?
It should be the men because they started the war that didn't need to be started, sir. So that's not, you don't get a cookie for you know what I mean? You don't get a cookie for starting the problem. And then
I didn't start it because I'm a man.
I know, but hold on, listen to what I'm saying, Survivor. We're talking about men and women in general, as groups, as classes, right? So if men are the ones starting the wars, you don't get a cookie for being the ones to also fight in them and quote unquote protect everybody. That's not how that works. Because if men didn't start the wars, then we wouldn't need to fight in the wars. Because women ain't starting them. That's how they protect us. That's what I told you in the beginning. Women do not go around harming everybody. That's how they protect us. Like just that alone is protection. Not harming people is protection, right?
So there are female leaders of countries. We'll do some research and see. You know, your statement about men only start wars. Well, there are female leaders in this world.
Name them.
Argentina.
Name her. Name the woman. And what war have they started in Argentina?
I have to look to see, but there are female leaders. I just don't know if they started war. Heck, we almost had a female president a year ago, almost. So it was close. I'm not saying it was,
but we didn't though. No, we didn't.
But what I'm saying is the possibility is very plausible. Is all I'm trying to say.
But saying something could happen and saying something is happening are two different.
It did happen. No, I agree, but it's very plausible. It's not out of the realm of impossibility. Is all I'm trying to say.
Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Oh, but even in that context, I still wouldn't blame them. Like if Hillary Clinton or Kamala Harris would have ended up being president, them being involved in wars, I wouldn't have blamed them. I would have been like, what do you like? You would like a president that tried to stop all the wars would get their top blown. Like they would end up like Kirk. They would get Kirked. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like like look at what happened to JFK Jr. I'm sorry, JFK. Like if you try to do that as a president, you're not going to make it. The Imperials. They're not going to allow that to happen. The war machine, they're not going to allow that to happen. The military-industrial complex will not allow that to happen. You should go listen to Dwight D. Eisenhower's farewell speech, like his State of the, like I think it was like his last State of the Union. And you should hear what he said back then about the military-industrial complex.
So what would constitute a woman starting a war in your eyes?
Them not existing in a patriarchal society, in a patriarchal country, still ran by men. All the levers of power are still controlled by men, but they just happen to be a figurehead. And then a war starts or breaks out. But even then, the vast majority of the time, they don't have anything to do with it. But yeah, then I would say, okay, yeah, that would be a fault of a woman. Talking about war in a world that is ran by men doesn't really make sense. Like, that's not really where we want to start. So think about it more interpersonally, right? Like you and me, just like on a date. Like, you know what? When you brought up Latino women, even though I disagree with that wholeheartedly, that Latino women are more aggressive than any other group of women in this regard, are harmful to me, and I wholeheartly disagree with that, because Latino men, by that metric, are extremely abusive. But so is every other group of men. That's not exclusive to Latino men, right? I'm not throwing Latino men under the bus by saying, yeah, Latino men are definitely ABers, but so are white men, so are black men, so are Asian men, so on and so forth.
I just feel like you're trying to make a statement that women are not aggressive.
No, that's not. Women, hold on, wait. Women in general are not aggressive. They're not. I can wholeheartedly make that statement. Women in general are not aggressive. Wholeheartedly, I stand on that, without a doubt. Are some women aggressive? Yeah, sure. Are women aggressive? Hell no. Hell, as a group, hell no. Latino women, black women, East Indian women, I don't give a fuck. You name the group of women, hell no. Absolutely not.
There's a lot of beta male in this new generation, my friend. They're not alpha male. So
that's a weird statement.
Well, you said about aggressive in a certain class of gender. So I'm telling you that the male population is starting to change. Where we're talking about aggressivity in gender, right? Is that what we're talking about, right?
Aggression in genders? Yeah, men are alphas and betas. It don't matter. Men are aggressive.
But betas are a lot less aggressive than alphas.
I disagree.
And there's a lot more.
I disagree. I don't. You're not a wolf, nor am I. So we're not alphas or betas. But men, like the most cowardly men are the most, like, when it comes to women, they're the most aggressive. I think that's like why, like, for me personally, I would never fear like a woman, like a man that like puts his hands on women. Like, I don't really, I know they heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you putting your hands on a woman, I know who you are. That don't mean you ain't, like, you could be crazy. You could even have the capability, because anybody has the capability to unalive a person. But I'm just saying, like, I would never fear you. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. I'm not concerned. You're a dummy, first and foremost. You're emotional as hell. You have no control over yourself. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't really have anything to fear, because I know that I can always outsmart you. Like, you're a dummy in my mind. Like, I would never, you're weak. Yeah, exactly. I'm not, I'll use your aggression against you to harm you. Like, I'm not worried about that. You know what I'm saying? So men that are like ultra aggressive, they're losers. Why are you aggressive? Why are you so aggressive? To who? For what? Why don't men ever be like aggressively nice? You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you ever like?
There's a lot of them aggressively nice, but
there's not. No, there's Survivor. Come on, bro. Not aggressively nice. Where are all these aggressively nice men at?
Let's just go with the trans ones. That
what? Which ones?
The trans ones. That's a whole class right there. You can't argue about being nice because they're trying to change their old gender. So that just tells you right there they exist.
Where did that come from?
You asked a question. You said they don't exist. I'm telling you a whole class of people that exist that are aggressively nice. What are you? Don't believe me? You in denial? You don't agree? What?
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. You just went. So are you I have a question for you. Are you, just out of curiosity, are you a Republican or a right winger? Would you identify as?
I'm an independent, to be honest.
So right winger.
Well, I
You voted for Trump. Yeah.
I voted for Trump, but I also voted for Obama twice. So
no, I know a lot of Trump voters voted for Obama.
I'm not a right winger.
No, that does no. You can still be a right winger and vote for Obama. That happens all the time. Obama was a right winger. He literally called himself a Republican. Yeah, he referred to himself as a Republican light when he was president.
I just don't classify as a Republican, but I have
no. I know. Forget that's what I'm saying. Your ideology is right wing. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
100% agree.
Yeah. So do you know, because a lot of men who are on the right are very like transmissive, like transphobic, and they are obsessed with trans people, specifically trans women. And some studies are showing that it might be because of some like repression going on. Like you may actually be turned on by them, and it makes you like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's some closeted kind of behavior. Because I don't think about trans people in that, like ever in that way. Like I think about, I include them in my, in my thoughts or whatever the case may be, definitely. But I mean, like, I don't ever like randomly just think of like trans women and trans men. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like that just came, because that came completely out of nowhere for the conversation. Wow. So like, how often would you say that you think of trans women on a daily?
Well, you're talking to somebody that grew up in the 80s and 90s in New York City.
Me too. Not in New York.
Surrounded by gay trans people, surrounded by them. And I can tell you they were less aggressive than my straight friends. I can only speak from my personal knowledge. Okay. You understand? So you understand Limelight Tunnel, Palladium. I mean, come on, I don't know how old you are, but I can tell you there was actually drag queens at the door. There was unisex bathrooms. So I'm not homophobic. I had a lot of gay friends. The problem is, I'm just telling you from my experience that those people were a lot less aggressive than my straight male friends. I mean, I'm speaking from my personal experience.
How are they how aren't they aggressive? I'm not saying they are. I'm just worried. I'm concerned.
Well, like I didn't see them fight. I didn't see them physically fight. I mean, a little verbal, but I never saw them physical. Nowhere near like my friends, that were straight. They were, some of my friends had a couple beers and you talk to their girlfriend, they're already ready to throw down with you. I didn't see that with my gay friends. They were more like, a threesome. I'm just speaking from my personal knowledge. So it's not that I'm homophobic. I'm just telling you my life experience in that area that was surrounded by trans gay people that compared to my straight friends, they were a lot less aggressive. You say you're from the same area, so
no. I'm from the same era. I was 80s, 90s. Oh. That's my I'm from LA though. Same shit though. LA, New York.
So am I talking straight or am I talking like foreign language to you?
I'm just a little confused at how we arrived here. I think I'm still a little like
we were talking about men. So we'll classify men that you come out of your mother with a penis. Let's have the classification of a man. So these people came out of their mother with a penis, and I'm saying that gay trans people men are a lot less aggressive, and even some more other ones, but especially those classification of people that are men are a lot less aggressive than I would compare it to aggressivity as a female. As far as aggressivity, physical aggression. That's what I was trying to get at. You would say, they don't exist. There's no way. And I'm like, look, I know. I see it. I experienced it. I lived it. They do exist. You were in denial about the existence of men not being aggressive. And I'm telling you that I know hundreds of them that were very tame, timid, whatever adjective you want to use there. And I'm just you said you lived it too. So, I mean, are you denying the fact or do Are you woken up and say, oh well, maybe he's right. Maybe there is a bunch of men that are not as physically aggressive that are of a certain class.
Are you woken up? I honestly don't know what you're talking about. I don't think I ever denied that. I don't think I ever denied any of this. Like, I don't even know what we're talking about here. But men are not. I don't know, brother. I'm lost in the sauce, fam. I don't know what's going on.
Let me ask you this. You said to me that, generally speaking, men are more aggressive than women. True
Yes.
statement? Okay.
Yeah.
And I said to you, there's a whole classification of men, trans, gay, that identify themselves that way, that I would put their aggressivity in line
The aggression.
Yeah. I would put them in line with a female. Would you agree or disagree with that statement?
Yeah, fine, but they represent a small portion of the population.
I don't know the statistics, to be honest with you.
I know the statistics. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Is it really that low? Okay, maybe
it's exceedingly low. That's why I did. That's one of the things that blows my mind about how often people talk about trans people. Because I'm like, there's like less than 1% of the population identifies as trans. Like, why are we constantly talking about them in this way?
Well, I was talking about gay and trans. I was giving
even gay, whatever. It's less than 10%.
You go to San Francisco, you think it's half the population, but okay.
I lived in San Francisco before, and I lived in Long Beach, was one of the Long Beach. One of the
you understand where I'm coming from. You go to certain neighborhoods, you think it's like half the population. So I can't speak the whole country. But
I've never felt like that in my city. We've been having a gay parade for 40 years in my town. There's literally a place in my city that's called Gaytopia. I don't know what you're talking about.
And I'm just using one example.
Half the people never even felt like it was 1 out of 10.
And there are this millennial generation where they identify as cats. Men are becoming a lot beta. They're becoming a lot softer. This new generation is becoming so weak and less aggression. It's not like the generation that I grew up. I can tell you that right now. I see it all the time in my experience in life. I don't know about you, but you look at the men, how aggression was, 30 years ago to how aggression is today, in this.
Why is aggression good?
I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it's changed. It's becoming less.
But wait, you're saying it, the way you're framing it is as if it is a good thing. Like aggression is a good thing. And I'm trying to figure out how is it good in the context that we're speaking of right now.
I think it's good when you need somebody to defend you. It's a good thing. You want somebody that's very less aggressive to protect you, or do you want somebody?
What if men stop being aggressive, and that way we wouldn't need people to defend other people?
And you can pray for a utopia, but we both know that's never going to happen.
I know, but that's the thing that I don't like that men say. It's always a cop out. Oh, so you mean men can't like basically what you're saying is men can never be better. And I don't like that.
No.
That's literally what you're saying. That's literally what you're saying.
What I'm saying is that, yes, in theory, in practicality, I just think it's an impossibility. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know what it is? It's the laws of nature. You're familiar with the laws of nature? The weak die, the strong survive. They mate. Look, you pick a lot of animals. What male gets to mate with the females to reproduce? I mean, come on, it's Mother Nature, my friend. It's laws of nature. I didn't make the rules. It is what it is.
Hold on, brother.
Natural grip.
That's not. We're not. Stop comparing us to animals. And I'm in a house right now. Like I'm in a like a 2,500, 2,700 square foot house right now. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're not part of the scientific animal kingdom?
I'm not out. No, I'm not out in we're on phones communicating to each other 3,000 miles away. Like what?
Biologically, you're still part of the animal kingdom. You can be the
Keo Mary said, "It's past your bedtime. Go away, please." Like, what is going on, fam? What is we doing here, bro? Goodness gracious. Shout out to Kill Marys, man. Like, come on now, y'all. Come on now, y'all. We got to do better than that now. We got to do better than that now. Come on now. That's wicked work. I was trying to figure out how we got on to talking about trans folk. I didn't understand it. That was wicked work as far as I'm concerned. I'm like, why are we talking about? Leave my trans people alone. Goodness gracious. I got y'all. I'm gonna throw the stickers in there. Like for no reason. Trans people just minding their business. Then all of a sudden the trans folks is what? Hold on. Wait. Wait. I'm just trying to figure out how we got here, bro. We was driving down the street, and all of a sudden we was somewhere. I didn't know where the fuck the directions was leading us. They told us make a left on 5th. You took a right on 20th. How the fuck did we end here? How the fuck did we end up here? I didn't like that one bit. That was crazy. Voted for Trump and then claiming he loved the trans community and he don't got no problem with the LGBTQIA. Come on now. That don't mix. It didn't mix. The wildest road trip. I didn't understand it, y'all. I didn't understand it. I was trying to understand it. I didn't understand it. It didn't make any sense to me. I'm sorry. I was very lost. I was very lost in the sauce. Hey, I don't know what TikTok is doing though, but I'm about to have to hop off this mug. But hey, look. We got the live back. Always meeting some weird people on this mug. Always. We got the live back, y'all. I'm about to go eat dinner. Go get my babies in the bed and do all that bedtime thing. And yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow though. You need to understand you need to understand the five better is crazy because that is kind of like what the lingo was giving. I was a little lost in the sauce, y'all. Just a little bit. And here be my thing. I don't even care if you want to hunch. I don't hunch who you want to hunch. Just make it consensual, baby. Hunch who you want to hunch, but just make sure it's consensual and wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? I heard it's wild out there right now. Understandify. Hey, shout out to the Tapper Chappers and Super Chatters, man. Shout out to the best minds in the business. We're gonna be back tomorrow. I know you didn't follow that nigga. Please. Oh my God, man. Hey, we up, baby. We up for real. I'm so excited. We got the thing back. You know what I'm saying? TikTok playing with me. I'm gonna have to redo the whole stuff. They done suspended some things and I'm getting hit with strikes and all different types of things. The YouTube's not jumping. It's late though. But we gonna be back though, y'all. All right, we back. Good.